Very good morning, class 12. From today, we will start up the revision. Through my videos, I will be discussing with you some very important statements starting from chapter 1 till chapter 7, which is in your syllabus of 2020. Okay, and this type of revision is going to help you to crack your exams with good marks. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, class 12, from today I'll start up the revision of chapter 1. In this video, I'm going to discuss some of the statements which I feel very important from your NCERT book of chapter 1, that is variation in psychological attributes. So let's start. I will be putting up the answers in the description box. Right now in this video, I will be discussing the answers with you. So let's start. First statement over here which I have taken from your book is, one of the most popular psychological attribute which has been of interest to the psychologist is intelligence. Okay students, now I start the second statement. Variation add dash and beauty to the nature. This also statement you will be finding many times. In this statement, children, it's a general term which is coming. Variation means difference. Now all the differences or all the differences which you see in the nature, in the human beings, they add color, variety, variety adds color and beauty to the nature. So the answer would be color here. Then individual differences refer to dash and variations among people's characteristics and behavior. This statement is basically, the definition of individual differences which is given in your book. The answer of this statement will be distinctiveness. Okay. Now let's try to understand what is the fourth statement explaining. It is asking what influence our behavior. See, situation and circumstances influence the behavior of the individual. This concept of situationism you must have studied in your books. Okay, so situation answer here you will be writing as circumstances. Situation and circumstances in which one is placed influence one's behavior. Then dash is the first step in understanding the psychological attribute. This you must be knowing, what do we do in order to understand any psychological attribute. Suppose you want to measure my intelligence, suppose you want to measure my interest or anyone else for that matter. So the very first step in understanding the psychological attribute will be assessment. Now children, the next statement, dash assessment uses systematic testing procedures to evaluate abilities, behaviors and personal qualities of individuals. This is again the definition from your book. I hope you must be knowing its answer. All the statements, actually my focus through this video is to just make you revise these important statements. Okay, so answer for this is psychological assessment. Okay, that uses systematic testing to evaluate your abilities, your personal qualities. Okay students, now let's take up the seventh statement. And before I start the seventh statement, I would like to tell you that in all these schools we are doing one of the intelligence tests, let it be of anyone. So this intelligence chapter will be very much asked, is very much important from the point of view of your practicals also. Okay, so pay little more attention to this. That's why I'm discussing all this with you. You will find your viva also very easy if you pay attention to this. See, now intelligence tests provide a dash measure of person's general cognitive competence. What do they provide us? Intelligence test. They provide us what type of measure? A global measure, okay, which help us to to get to know about person's cognitive competence. Okay, students, now let's take up the other statements. Aptitude tests are used to predict what an individual will be able to do if given proper dash and dash. See, this statement is explaining you or asking you the question, the purpose of aptitude test. They help us to predict what an individual will be able to do if you provide him good environment as well as training. Okay, so the answer here will be if given proper environment and training. Next, children, comes the ninth statement. Dash are enduring beliefs about an ideal mode of behavior. This is very simple. These are values which you hold. Okay, values are your beliefs which you feel is important, which is a typical ideal of your behavior. Then let's discuss the next statement. Dash are based on data generated by different methods. Example, you can say interview, observation, questionnaire, psychological test. It's also a definition. What is this? In what type of method do you include all these methods? It's a case study, children. Case studies are based on the data which you generate through different methods. Okay, children, now let's see the next statement. The Oxford Dictionary explains intelligence as the power of perceiving, learning, and dash and knowing. What could be the answer? This CBSE will give you these types of definitions. From there they make the objective. Each and every line of your NCRT you should prepare. Okay, so now intelligence is power of understanding also. Okay, so perceiving, learning, understanding and knowing. Answer will be understanding. Okay, students, now the next statement is asking you about the theories of intelligence. You must have already studied two types of theories of intelligence: information processing approach and psychometric approach. Now see, children, psychometric approach focuses on the structural aspect of the intelligence, that is what intelligence is made up of, whereas information processing approach focus on how the person acts. Okay, how does an intelligent person present himself, how he shows his behavior. That is the focus of information processing approach. So this way I had discussed your 12th and 13th statement. Answer of 12th will be structural and answer of 13 will be acts. Okay, how a person acts. Now let's complete the 14th statement also. Dash was the first psychologist who tried to formalize the concept of intelligence in terms of mental operations. Children, when we discuss the concept of intelligence, the first psychologist which comes to our brain is Alfred Binet. Okay, so the answer is Alfred. Next statement, Louis Thurston's theory proposed the theory of the theories. You should be, who has given which theories, what is the name of the theory of that intelligence, should be very clear to you. Okay, it should be on your tips before you go for your exams, because these type of questions will be there in your paper. It is primary mental abilities. Thurston has talked about 8 primary mental abilities. So the answer over here is primary. Okay, now I'll be putting up more videos for the revision of lesson 1 only, which will definitely help you if you keep on revising it again and again.